Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy. First, before we get started, I'd like to take a station break. This is the time y'all need to like, subscribe, share, dislike, comment, do whatever you got to do to engage with the show so it can help grow and reach other people. It's free, so it don't cost you anything. So just do us a favor and subscribe if you don't do nothing else. Now back to our regular scheduled program. Right now I'm going to be talking about Mauricio Sulaimán, Mr. WBC himself. And what I'm finding here is a lot of smoke and mirrors going on. And I'm finding that a lot of people are on Terence Crawford. And I think it's because they just don't like the guy. But, I mean, it is what it is when it comes to that. But I'm here to say, all you got to do is always follow the money. I heard Mauricio Sulaimán said that Terence Crawford made $50 million in the Canelo fight, and he want his cut for him winning his belt. So to me, it sounds like a shakedown. It sounds like the mafia coming in and saying, if you're going to do business on this corner, then you're going to have to pay us. Pay out for what? You just going to have to pay us for protection. Protection from who? Just in case your windows get busted out. And that's what the police for, if the windows get busted out. And I got insurance, so what am I paying you for? Well, just so happen, it just might get busted out when we leave here. We don't know who, but, they got kids that just come by and do that. But if you pay us, then you don't have to worry about your windows getting busted out. So that's what it sounded like to me that Mauricio Sulaimán trying to do. He said that Crawford made $50 million and he want 3% for holding his belt, but he gonna make an exception for you and charge you 0.6%. Why are you charging him 0.6%? It's because you like him so much, because you love him. What happened to the 3% that you charge? No, you don't want to charge the 3% because the $50 million, that's $1.5 million. You know he's not going to go for that. So you trying to find a number that he can be satisfied with and everything can be hunky-dory. And then you're going to say, we take and help former fighters. $225,000 of that going to go to help former fighters. This is not a charity. If it's a charity, I see that all of it will be going to charity. But this is a business. That's why you create all those belts. Because it's business. So you telling me that you're going to take $225,000 out of $300,000, which leave you $75,000 in your pocket and give away the $225,000? No way, Jose. I could see you doing that if it was the opposite and you giving away $75,000 and you keeping the $225,000. I can't see that. But I will say this. If you're doing that, nobody know the foundation. There's so many fighters out here that's needing help, looking for help for whatever reason, health issues, drug issues, whatever the issue is, they need the help. I don't know what the stipulations is on your program, but you never mention the name of the program. You don't mention none of that. You just say it and people run with it and take it at face value because they hate Crawford. If it had been their favorite fighter, if it had been a fighter they like, they would be talking different. So you can miss me with that. I already understand what's going on. I don't do this out of emotion. I do this because I love getting on here, speaking what I got to say about it. And I try to stay consistent for whichever fighter it is, because I don't have no skin in the game. The only thing I got in the game is the love for the sport. But I'm not going for that foolishness that you talking about. You giving away $225,000. That's just to gain the sympathy of the crowd. Show us where your foundation is. Show us how much money in the foundation if it's charitable. Show us what we need to see in order to believe that you're doing what you're doing. Because I'm not taking your word for it, because you're not even consistent with holding people to the standard of the boxing. You allow a man to fight on PEDs if you like him. You allow a man to blow weight and still get another fight if you like him. If you don't like him, if he miss weight, you strip him. So I'm not falling for the antics. Show me what you're talking about. He also said it's about greatness. It's about the benefits of being with the WBC. Yeah, the benefits of being with the WBC is you get home cooking from Mauricio Sulaimán. See, Sulaimán trying to build the WBC as the face of boxing. He's trying to build the WBC as he controlling boxing. And you can't move and shake without moving and shaking through him, or he authorizing your moving and shaking. It ain't no different than when Don King was the promoter and he was doing his thing because it was fresh on the scene. And I can't remember the fighter name, but he was trying to leave Don King and get out of that bogus contract he had. And he told Don King he was leaving. And some of y'all might remember it and put it in the comments. But he told Don King he was leaving. And Don King basically said, you can't go nowhere. You can't leave me. And he said, I'm out of here. He said, well, let me out my contract. I'm out of here. He said, okay, I'm going to let you out your contract. But I'm going to make this phone call first. And he put the phone call on speakerphone. And he talked to the commissioner of boxing. And he told him, hey, man, I got Blase trying to leave me, man. And what you think about that? And he told him right there on the phone, if you leave Don King, you won't be able to get no fight nowhere else. So y'all need to work y'all differences out. So in other words, what I'm saying is Mauricio Sulaimán is trying to be the face of boxing and slowly taking over boxing and being able to move according to the way he say move and the way he want to move, and nobody can argue the difference. That's the benefit that he's talking about. You can fight for a belt if I allow you to fight. You don't even have to be in the rankings and I still get you to fight. Nigga, you can get caught with PEDs and I still let you fight if I like you. Nigga, you can be caught with cocaine and I still let you fight if I like you. But if I don't like you, I'm going to make life hard for you in the boxing game. You'll never get a shot at the title. Because none of those other guys matter. I'm that guy. So that's what I see the benefits of that. Mauricio Sulaimán say the worst and the thing they could do was withdraw the recognition of a champion. Fighters need to quit making Mauricio Sulaimán the standard. The fighters put Mauricio Sulaimán in this situation because you chasing something that he got, which make it valuable. But once you stop chasing something that he's got, it becomes invaluable. And as long as you're chasing this WBC belt, he's gonna be empowered. He's disappointed in Terence Crawford actions. Because Terence don't look at the belts as some kind of prestige, some kind of honor, which make you shine. Now you're disappointed. I thought you was a good ninja. I really did. But I'm disappointed in you. When you win a fight, I get up there and I give you a t-shirt, tell you to put my t-shirt on so you can advertise for me. I give you a hat and you don't want to, you wear the hat. I even gave you a ring to let them know that you my slave. You my ninja. And I'm disappointed in you. We make things important. We make things less important. If you start doing something right now and enough people start to do it and it becomes popular, it becomes important. And once you get to that status, you don't have to worry about losing that status unless you do something real drastic. It's the same thing in the YouTube streets. Your favorite content creator that was humble when he didn't have but 10 subscribers, and now you say the same things that you were saying to him now that he got 3,000, 10,000, 15,000 subscribers, you put him there. Your voice no longer mean anything to him because he got others. You make him important. Unless a mass defollowing go on, he gonna continue to do what it is that he does. Your vote don't matter no more. The other sanctioning bodies don't really matter no more. Because what did the fighters say? We chasing that green belt. You chasing the green belt, but from what I understand, the Ring Magazine belt is the prestige belt. It's the prestige belt. You don't hear other sanctioning bodies out there promoting like Mauricio do. You hardly ever see, if you even see him in the ring when the fighter wins. Do you see the IBF, WBO in the ring with the fight after he win? But after every fight, you're going to see Mauricio Sulaimán. And if he ain't got no skin in the game, he'll create a belt just to get some money off it. The fighters need to wake up. This is a new generation. This is a new time. This is a new space and era. Boxing is taking a turn, and thanks to Turkey that he's shaking it up. But a lot of people don't see Turkey shaking it up. They too busy complaining about Turkey ruining boxing instead of finding your way in. Instead of finding your way in. Take advantage of what Turkey is doing if you want to get in the promoting game. Take advantage of what Turkey is doing if you want to get in the managing game. Instead of complaining, find a way to get in. Oh, it's easy to make these videos and get your followers and get you a couple of $1,000s a month. But the world bigger than that. And that's what Crawford is saying. I'm not your slave. You want me to be thankful and sorry for you treating me bad? Where they do that at? He said he did every possible resolution, tried to get a resolution. He tried to negotiate so they wouldn't have to strip him of the belt. No, he don't want to strip you of the belt because as long as you got the belt, he know he got some money coming. So he don't want to strip you of the belt. So they lowered the sanctioning fees from $1.5 million to $300,000. We tried to negotiate with you, but you didn't want to negotiate. We did everything we did to keep them stripping you of the belt. But because we wanted a piece of that pie. You know, we're going to get a belt to somebody else. Or we're going to put it in somebody else's hand. But the hand we put it in might not generate that kind of money. See, that might be the maximum amount of money that they get off a fighter for the belts. So even though I didn't get a taste of that 50 million, I did get something off of it, and I'm going to probably get something again. And then again, I might not get nothing off of it, so I might want to take it out your hand, Crawford, because it don't look like you're going to be fighting again, so you just holding the belts, and I could put it in somebody's hands that's going to make me some money. It's all about the money. It's always about the money. All you got to do is follow the money. That's all you got to do. If you follow the money, and you can see where it's at, you can see where the fight is. The fight going to always be where the money is. Just follow the money, people. It's always about the money. Mauricio Sulaimán said that most of this money was going to go toward his boxing club that helped former fighters that need help. But unfortunately, this going to go down as a money matter, but it's not that. See, that's the whole key, people. He trying to keep it from being what it is in the street. Because they're trying to control the narrative. It's all about the money. That is why he said that. Oh, it's going to go down as a money matter, but that's not what it is. What is it then if it's not about the money? You didn't ask for the belt back. So what is it if it's not about the money? It's going to always be about the money. And people that don't know money, people that don't have money, people that don't deal with money, and people that get a little bit of money and think they got a lot of money, they think they're in the money game. We ain't in the money game. Ain't but a few of them in the money game. We just peasants down here with a little more than your neighbor. Because if you was in the money game, you wouldn't be living next door to your neighbor you're living next door to. If you was in the money game, you'll be in the same neighborhood with the money. You'll be somewhere in Mauricio Sulaimán neighborhood. You'll be somewhere in Floyd Mayweather neighborhood. You'll be somewhere in Steve Harvey neighborhood. You'll be in Steve Harvey ain't in the same money as Turkey. Contrary to how y'all hate him. He ain't in the same money game as Bill Gates. Warren Buffett. But y'all don't see them as being real. Y'all just see, the only thing y'all see is I got more than my neighbor. Instead of driving a 2000 Honda Accord, I got a 2010 Honda Accord. Instead of driving a 2015 Honda Accord, I got a 2000 Mercedes. It's 25 years old, but I got one. Need to wake up and smell the coffee, as the old folks say. Then Mauricio Sulaimán gonna have the nerve to say the only reason for the WBC is for the boxers before, during, and after boxing. You only hear him talk about giving these belts out so he can get his money. What do we do for the boxers before they become a boxer? What do he do for the boxers while they are boxers? Besides putting them in a position, if the money right, to hit the fight. Why do you think Canelo held on to them belts so long? Why do you think Canelo was able to move like he was moving? Because he was paying. And I wouldn't doubt it if Canelo was paying more than the sanctioning fees to get the job done. It take dineros to get the job done. It take that greenback to get the job done. It take that jack. Because that's what make the mayor trap. And he understand that. When you pay the mafia boss, you get to operate how you want to operate. Because you got his backing. I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo didn't pay to dodge Benavidez. I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo didn't pay to fight some of these cherry picks he fought. That's what the benefits are for the WBC. I sit there and listen to Mauricio Sulaimán talk about they got staff, they got 50 people, they got this, they got that, they got buildings, they got organizations, they got all this stuff. But I never heard him say what they doing with the money, who getting it, who not getting it, where the money is going. But you talking all this jazz, but you ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. You just talking. Tell us where the money going. Tell us how we can go and find out and fact check on where this money is going, who getting it, how much they getting, and all that good stuff. Because you get a lot of money from these belts. It's a lot of fighters got belts. And it's a lot of fights going. We watch fights just about every weekend in the year. And every time you defend that title, you got to pay on it, baby. So they encourage you to defend it. That's why they got mandatories. Come on now, give us some. I'm not the one you can give a song and dance to and think he entertained, because you can't entertain me. Talk to us, Maurice. I heard the reporter ask Mauricio Sulaimán, is there room for Crawford if you want to come back and talk and mend the relationship? And Maurice said, yeah, of course. If you want to come back and abide by the rules, if you want to come back and pay me the money, because it's all about the money, baby. All I need is the money. I don't hold personal feelings. I ain't paying it like that. I'm not like the broke jokes. I'm about the money. If you bring the money and we can tally up, and if the money equal to be 500,000, I can let bygones be bygones. If you give me the 500,000, and I'll get you a fight again for the belt if that's what you want. Because I got you, baby. Look what I did for Ryan Garcia. He tests positive. After he beat Devin Haney, he tests positive. I don't care about him being on drugs. I ain't got to get out there in the ring. I don't have to do that. But if you got the money and you want to pay, I can put you back in the spot. He finna fight for a belt. See what I do? I got you. All you got to do is give me the money. That's all. We don't care about the rest. Just give me the money. Come on, Maurice. The reporter asks Mauricio Sulaimán, give us a breakdown of what you do with the money. Give us a breakdown. Mauricio Sulaimán says, we have this foundation. I can't pronounce the foundation. I can't even understand what he's saying. But he have a foundation that help boxers in need. And the money goes there. He said Canelo had 2 fights this year, and they put $400,000 in there because they had took like $2.5 million out. They basically gave away $2.5 million, and they need to put it back. To me, that sounds like that might be some type of lawsuit that you had to hush up to keep the folk from talking, or something of that nature. And I know the haters gonna say, "Oh, you're just reaching," but you're not giving me a specific on what you're doing with the money. You're giving me smoke and mirrors. Okay, you did that. You need to replenish that. Then you goes off into talking about, we got offices, we got translators, we got 50 people. Sound like you running a business. That don't sound like no charitable for the whoever, for the boxers that's in need. You never once said what you do for the boxers in need. Never once. You never said we take boxers that was on drugs and we got a rehab program going, and they go to the rehab on our dime. You never said we got boxers that don't have anywhere to stay, and they can come stay in our facility until they can get back on their feet, and then we'll still send them to rehab. There's nothing you saying that you do besides giving us smoke and mirrors. I challenge anybody out there, tell me what they're doing with this money. Before you call me a hater, tell me what they're doing with the money. He's talked all around what they're doing with the money. He probably putting it in a fund that's almost like a shell company, where he taking the money out, borrowing the money, and he getting paid by borrowing the money instead of just directly paying him. Come on, y'all got to do better, people. Y'all got to do better. Who you standing for? The mob boss because you scared of him? Or you standing for the fighter that's in there risking his life, taking the punches, for a man to come in and say, attaboy, attaboy, put this hat on your head, boy. Put this shirt on your back. You my ninja. Yeah. Put this belt around your waist. Let them know who you belong to. Overshadowing the rest of the boxing associations. Come on, people. This too easy to see. It's too easy to see. Get out your emotions and feelings and stop giving this guy power. He out here doing a campaign to clear his name, and you just running right with it. He ain't clearing his name to keep his name clean, which is dirty, and you running right with it. Because you hate the person that he's doing it to so much, to you'll rather side with him than to look at it for what it is. Mauricio Sulaimán said, to wrap it up with Terence Crawford, man, let him say what he gonna say. I don't care what he say. I'm not gonna get in no pissing match with him because he's not bigger than this. He's just one man that don't want to pay the fees, which I don't care, because we have plenty more coming behind him. And it's just like the drug dealers on the corner. You got 10 of them on the corner today. The police go lock them up, and you got 15 of them on the corner before sundown. There's going to always be a supply of them. Until the boxing world, until the boxers come together and decide that this belt is no longer prestige to us, he going to continue to do what he do. And he going to pass this generational wealth right on down to his children, just like his daddy passed it down to him. Because we're making it popular. We're making it prestige. We're making it valuable. When I came along in school and in my closing, um, I can remember when, and I wasn't too crazy about him, but I mean, it was what it was. Just because I wasn't crazy about it don't mean that it wasn't popular. But I remember when feelers first hit the scene, tennis shoe. When they first hit the scene, I liked them. But I think it was like $65, I believe, or 85. Unbelievable for a tennis shoe. I remember a friend of mine had some, Tommy Chichi. And you know, in the black community, tennis shoes is the thing. When a person first meets you, first thing they do is look down at your tennis shoes. I don't know what the deal is with us with tennis shoes, but we love them. But he had the feelers. And everybody went out to buy them. So all of a sudden, guess what? They become popular. If people were still buying them to this day like they was buying them then, they would still be valuable. But they're no longer valuable because we have so many other choices to choose from. If we no longer look at the WBC belt like they looking at it, it will take the power out of his hands and it will make him humble. With that, I'm out of here like last year.